cool.
Welcome back, Fun Fam. And if you're brand new to the channel, welcome in to Follow the Bradleys Fun. This is the Daily Dish with me, yours truly, Ron E. Bradley. And I hope that wherever you are out there in the world today, you're having a phenomenal day, whether that's morning, afternoon, evening, middle of the night, whenever you're watching. Speaking of the date, as of the recording and live stream of this, today is the 4th day of June. June 4th. 2025, in 1 month, we celebrate our nation's independence. 249 years of it, as a matter of fact. Hello, everybody. I don't know if the chat is working or not, because I'm not seeing anybody in the chat. So if you can chat, if you're out there and you're watching, could you please put anything at all in the chat, because I'm not seeing anything on my end. And it looks like I have like 10 viewers. Okay, there we go. Andy W. There we go. Thank you very much. Good morning. Have my coffee, so all is good. Yeah, it's really weird. It was normally I have a lot more chat by this point in time, and so I was really surprised, because I'm like, is it just not working, or what is going on? I do see that Snortapoopas Q Burr came in early and said hi, so there we go. Or maybe people are just getting a late start this morning. Andy, did you get a notification for this stream? Because I'm wondering if that's happening too, if people are simply not getting their notifications, because this is a big one today. This is an important thing that we got to discuss, that we've got going on here. And I'm hoping that people will come through the door. So yeah, it's or, maybe Andy, it's just you and me, just doing the show for each other. Andy W. That's it. Anybody else out there in the chat? Anybody else out there? Or do I need to spend more time to let people kind of come in today? As I do, I will let you know about, let me get this on the screen. This it's really, I'm so used to having like a ton of people to chat with. Okay, so Andy got her notification. Jonathan says, my father and I only went to Rivers America once or twice over the past 30 years, so we're sorry to lose historic parts of Magic Kingdom. We just didn't explore it enough. Yeah, I have been. It's something I do every time I go to the Magic Kingdom. I go on the Liberty Bell. I go on to Tom Sawyer's Island. Tom Sawyer's Island was one of those things that it was kind of a secret hidden gem and a refuge from all of the other go places at Magic Kingdom, when you don't want to go all the way back to your hotel and you want a respite from the rest of Magic Kingdom. You go over to Tom Sawyer's Island, but also it's really cool over there. A really cool area to explore. There's caves. Oh my gosh, the caves. I'm going to have to get, instead of doing a live stream, I'm just going to have to go through and get all of the footage I can of the caves and everything else to make sure that it's archived and I have it, because I don't know that we're going to get that again. Maybe there's a chance. I mean, if they're doing the Rocky Mountains, they could do something with cave exploration in the new cars area, but it's just, as far as I can tell, all they're doing is destroying the American frontier, and that's what it appears to be. And we're going to talk about that in a little bit here. I'm going to wait because I'm hoping that we get more people through the door this morning. This is such an important subject, and I want to reach as many people as possible. And I'm not seeing particularly a lot of people today so far. And I do feel like a lot of people kind of don't make it until 9:45 or 10 o'clock. So we'll check out and see. Andy, you're in the Rocky Mountains right now. You're over there in Nevada. Do you think that Cars Land is the appropriate replacement for Frontier Land? What do you think? Let me know in the chat. Let me see here. I'm trying to check out there's a couple of other stories that I might want to look at. Boy, I don't know, man. I'm trying to look at some of the other stories, and there's really not a whole lot here, at least not on that Park Place, that I really want to deal with at all. I don't want to deal with the Blake Lively thing. That's not my jam. Equus Hart has come in the house. Yeah, it's. I was really hoping that there would be a chance. Hello, Pam. Good to see you. Now we got people coming in. Now we got Erica. Are you awake after last night, Erica? I'm still tired myself. So, but it's good to see your smiling faces, everybody. As far as I'm concerned, in my head, I see smiling faces. So. Thank you guys for being here. Thank you for waking me up, and thank you for being, of course, the energon that gets this guy to transform and roll out.
A toast, Autobots. Boy, these are good. I needed to refuel. Energy. This stuff's the greatest.
I love that clip. Oh my gosh. So let's get this on the screen. I'm just going to show you guys. Oh. Follow the Bradley's Fun. There's my spreadsheet. Hey, Stuttering Guitars, you got my message right about this is StreamYard that I use. Easy. As a matter of fact, here you go. This is for you, Stuttering Guitarist. There's my link to setting up your StreamYard, and use that to go set it up if you haven't already. And let's say hi to everybody that's in the chat. These are, by the way, this is my spread shop. Yeah, Andy W, here you go. Cheers. This is actually my Puerto Rico cup. Anyhow, the pre-workout energy drink. Yeah, exactly. My favorite pre-workout energy drink is Energize from Body. I do sell that. So, okay. So, sorry. Like I said, I'm waking up after yesterday's very busy day of streaming. So here's my spread shop. Follow the Bradley's Fun. Everything right now is 10% off if you buy 3 or more products. So you get to make Disney Walt Again hats and shirts and Fedora Finds shirts, as well as the Follow the Bradley's Fun family logo merch. If anybody buys any of that during the show, you let me know. We're going to celebrate it. And let's show you a little bit about what our celebration. We're gonna have one now. We're gonna have one at the end of the introduction. It can look a little something like this. And if you have custom emojis ready, use those. But if you don't, use any dance emojis you want. Celebrate along with us.
Is it too much? Too much. It's the birthday.
Oh, this is just the best of us. There we go. We are all celebrating to the big. Good morning, Going Shogi. Going Shogi is in the house. Flo's Diner. Yes, Flo's Diner. Oh, you swapped devices. Got it. Oh my goodness gracious me. There we go. There we go. Oh, I'm like my head is off. Let me say hi to everybody now. Now that we got people in the chat, I can say hi to everybody. By the way, how come my chat doesn't have that XP thing on top? I wonder where that comes from. Other chats, that the live streams get the XP. It's not something I don't know how to get it. If there's a way to get it, but it would be cool. Snortapoopus, a cuber, says, hello, humans and other critters. He's first through the door this morning. I said hello back. And of course, click like on your way in. If you haven't clicked like yet, please do click that like button. Let's get the stream out to as many people as we can. NDW says, good morning. Have my coffee, so all is good. And Jonathan Rubin is in the house. Yeah, if you can get back here before the 4th of July weekend and get over to Magic Kingdom, you can see it and explore it, and it's amazing, and I recommend you do it. And you said you did get a notification, so that is very, very good. Snort saying hi to Andy and Jonathan. Hello, hope everyone is having a great day, and do indeed hit that like button. Equus Hearts, dear, good to see you. A little depressed over the news. Yeah, hanging in there. It's, to me, there's nothing that they can do, with cars to make up for the loss. I am equating it to somebody coming to, without your desire, somebody coming to your house and saying, like let's say the state comes to your house and they say, I'm sorry, but we have to take your child, but it's okay. We're going to give you a puppy instead. Yeah, a puppy is not the same as my child. So fake Cars Land is not the same as the real American frontier. Good morning, Bam. Good morning, Eric. Indeed. Andy says, I know it's time for Disney World to have new rides, just not at the expense of the history. Not, considering that they could do an entirely new park and they have plenty of land for it. That's what's so weird. Stuttering says, good morning, Ron. Good morning, Stuttering Guitars. Good to see you in here. Jonathan mentions his pre-workout. I have my Air Force mug. Salute to you, Andy. Going Shogi is in the house. It's so quiet here. I think I have a little bit of tinnitus because when I'm silent, I have a very slight ringing in my ears. I'm getting old. And let's see, did I miss anybody else? Former DCA. Oh, from DC. Oh, that's where you got your Flow mug. What is the XP thing? It's that thing that appears in chat sometimes above the chat. And I've seen it in other people's, but I've never seen it in mine, where there's like this XP marker and you get experience points or something for the chat. And Hangen says, Pamela says, sometimes I'd prefer a puppy. That's not right. Come on now. You can have both. No cars in the frontier era of the U.S. They are forcing themes to fit, like Cindy's stepsisters trying to make the shoe fit. Oh, yeah, and we know how that worked out in the Grimm's fairy tale, the real version of it. She cut her foot off. True story, by the way. If you ever read the Grimm's version of Cinderella, it's a lot different. I wonder if XP is something you'd only see on a phone. I don't have my phone right now. Are you talking about the new Nintendo Switch? Yeah, you're right. It does, but it's funny because I never notice it unless things are really quiet. So right now I have headphones on. So if I go quiet, all the other sound is blocked out. That's when I notice it. Normally, I don't even notice that I've got it. Funko Pop with my fedora. I'm not a Funko person. So am I excited at all for the new Switch coming out? I don't know if you're talking about the Switch here at Frontierland. Not at all. If you're talking about the new Nintendo Switch, if I had spare $600 somewhere, sure. But yeah. I play in drop D because one ear rings with a D, one ear rings. Oh, that's interesting. So I always learned because of my music theory classes and stuff when I was I had two majors, music theater and commercial music in college. And I learned that office lights, like the white office lights, the fluorescent white office lights, they buzz at a B flat. And so if you ever wanted to get your notes right and you're in that kind of an environment, you can always hear the B flat, and then you can go from there. The stuttering guitarist probably knows this fact. But yes, now that I have said hi to everyone, let me explain what our celebrations are and what they are all about. Again, going back to the spread shop, I'll put it on the screen. If anybody buys anything during the course of the show from the spread shop, we're going to celebrate that. Just let me know. Vocal performance major, worthless major. You're not wrong. My musical theater, maybe commercial music. I was switching to commercial music because it made more sense than musical theater as a major. Either one of those would have been fine. But then I spent a career in music and music theater, so that career is in my past because I'm old and I'm cool with it being in my past. Anyway, anybody buys anything from the spread shop, we're going to celebrate it. Any support that I get from you guys during the course of the show, we celebrate that. Now, I always tell people, if you can't afford to support the show at all, don't do it. If you can, that's great. We have a goal of 5 super chats. 5 super chats is the goal on the screen. If we meet the 5, we're going to celebrate that big time at the end of the show. And they can be anything from 99 cents on up. I don't do the minimum $5 super chat thing. Obviously, you're more than welcome to do whatever you want to. And of course, do nothing if you can't afford it for sure. But we appreciate every penny that comes in because they keep the lights on. And hopefully we can keep the lights on for the show and keep doing this for you guys. That is the hope. That is the prayer. Thank you, Go and Shogi, for throwing the merch shop link out there. We appreciate that in the chat. But any other support that we get, so we will celebrate that. So that would be a super chat, super thanks, super sticker. Although super chat's really the one that works for the goal. Any memberships, anybody becomes a member of the channel during the show, shows member support through a member milestone chat, or gifts memberships during the show, or PayPal's, buy me coffees, any donations like that. I was questioning this morning, since it's no tax on tips now. Does that mean no tax on? Because it's really like a tip, right? If you give to the channel, it's like a tip. So I think there should be no tax on that. Anyway, regardless, we're going to celebrate that. What does a celebration look like? We want everybody to join in because when we celebrate together. So if you are a member of the channel, use your custom emojis and celebrate with us. But if you're not, hit the dance emojis or the number 1, thumbs up, all that stuff. Hit any of those emojis because we appreciate it during our celebration. We're going to do it now. The celebration is going to look something like this. Oh my goodness gracious, Wookiee dance. Oh my goodness gracious me. Hopefully everybody in the chat is doing well this morning. I know that there's people that I'm keeping in my prayers who you might normally see in the chat that aren't here right now, and I know where they are. And I hope that everybody is doing well and doing okay. And yeah. Indeedy do. Well, let's start seeing if we can go to stories. My gosh, it's tough when we have the kind of news that we have. Boy, I'm looking at some of the news, and it's like there are just things that are like not in my purview. Well, they are, but I would rather not cover them. Here we go. Well, guys, I got to tell you, I don't know that the news that we have today is good news or bad news or whatever, but we are certainly going to try to do the best with it that we can.
I have news.
What type of news is it?
Well, to be perfectly frank, it's bad.
Maybe if you tell me the bad news in a good way, it won't sound so bad.
The bad news in a good way. Yes, I can do that. Well, here goes. Wait till you hear this.
Oh boy. Good morning, Dan's Life at the Kingdom. Yes, we all need, well, there's going to be plenty of places to do that. I don't drink alcohol. I don't think it's really, I have never in my entire life found anything appealing about any alcoholic beverage. The taste is disgusting. I've never understood, I gotta tell you, this is really, really funny for me. I'll never understand people going, "Ooh, that drink tastes so good." There are when I was a server and I had to taste test drinks, alcoholic beverages. So I would put them in my mouth, taste it, and then spit it out. And I would try to imagine in my head, how would this be good or bad if I drank alcohol? Because to me, it's all disgusting. Like I've never had an affinity for it. When I was a little kid, I was one of those little kids back in the 1970s that, your dad would like make you take a sip of beer out of the beer he was drinking at the ball game. And I was like, this is gross. Why would I ever? And I think that was a good thing that my dad did for me as a little kid in my case, because I thought it was gross then. And I've thought it was gross since then. I've never I've never drank alcohol. I tried to be that person when I was going to college and I was, hanging around with a lot of liberal people at parties and stuff like that. And there's like, oh, of course, there's all kinds of drinking, right? And so I tried it, and never. So I actually finished, like, the last drink I ever had of alcohol was when I was 21 years old, and I was legally able to drink, and I'll never forget my story. I was a Corona. It was a Corona. And at the time, I was listening to a lot of Anthony Robbins. So I took the Corona 6-pack. I, got my own place for the first time. I'm 21, single, do whatever I want. And I go to my fridge, grab the Corona, and start drinking it. And I started to think about it. And I'm like, do I really like this? And I'm like, you know what? I don't think that I actually like the taste of this. And the more I thought about it, I'm like, so what does alcohol do for me? And I said, does it loosen me up at parties or anything? I'm like, I have a personality, so that kind of it doesn't loosen me up at all, because I don't need that. I'm like that. Yeah. So yeah. This is funny. Wait, I got the wrong one because a new one popped up. But yeah, so when I was a server and I tried to imagine what would be good or bad, uh, it ended up because, and I think this is actually more because I don't like alcohol. My recommendations for people that did drink ended up being perfect 99.9% of the time. So when I was a server and people asked me like what drinks do I think would be good, I would ask them what their palate is, and I would say, okay, well, I recommend this wine or this drink, this cocktail. And I'm telling you, people loved my recommendations. They loved them. And I don't drink, which I always thought was hilarious. So it was really, really fun. Yeah, they claim they are bad value if they can't taste strong alcohol. Like that was the point, which is funny because there's not strong alcohol in any of Disney drinks. I know that for a fact. Don't cook with something you wouldn't drink. Yeah, exactly. The effects of those bars moving rapidly. More and more people are getting loud and rowdy on the rides. Not just the rides, not just the rides. It's what I'm finding is the behavior in queues is horrible. Horrible, 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 horrible. Indeed. But there is a story before we get to the main story that I want to put on the screen, and that is something else that is beloved. Well, I don't know how beloved this one is, but it's going away. So at Universal Studios, they are getting out with the old and in with the new. You may or may not have heard that they are getting rid of the Rip Ride Rocket. This is a scary roller coaster. You get on that thing. The last time I got on it, I wasn't even sure that I was secured in properly. But the first thing you do is go straight up and slowly, and it's kind of scary and it's fun. It plays music and it's. I like the roller coaster, I really do, but apparently it has operational issues with wind shear and stuff. Anyhow, point is they are in fact getting rid of it, and we have a story about that out of thatparkplace.com. We're going to get it on the screen right now for you to see out of thatparkplace.com. Please bookmark it if you haven't bookmarked it yet for all the news that should be fun. Written on June 3rd by Mr. Marvin Montanaro, Hollywood. Rip Ride Rocket closing permanently August 2025 after 16 years of thrills. It doesn't have all of the nostalgia of certain other rides, but it's fun, you know. And it's also being replaced by another roller coaster apparently. So it's not like it's really just think of it as getting an upgrade, an actual upgrade. Universal Orlando Resort has officially announced that Hollywood Rip Ride Rocket, the iconic roller coaster towering over the entrance of Universal Studios Florida, will be permanently closing on August 18th, 2025. The attraction's impending retirement was first hinted at in late 2024, but the official closing date is now confirmed. This is that view when you're on the ride and you're going straight up. Yes, that view is not out. That view is up. According to the Universal Orlando website, the coaster will shut down to, quote, make way for a new experience, end quote, with additional details about the replacement to be revealed at a later date. This is something that I think is really, really smart that Universal does that Disney does not do. So oftentimes they'll literally start building their brand new attraction before they show any concept art. They wait, right? They don't want to get you excited about something that's going to be like a failure from the beginning, right? So I just think it's a much more intelligent, much smarter way to handle the situation when you have something that people might like that's going away and then something new is replacing it. You're not sure how it's going to work out. You give it some time. You measure that. It's a very, very intelligent way to do things, and Universal handles things intelligently. Unlike, let's just say some other people, they don't do it in a mousy way. an epic coaster experience. Opening in August 2009, Hollywood Rip Ride Rocket was a distinctive ride from the very beginning. Manufactured by Maurer AG, the coaster reached a height of 167 feet and hit speeds of up to 65 miles an hour. It offered an adrenaline-heavy layout, including the signature 90-degree vertical lift hill visible from across the park. The ride's most unique feature, however, was its onboard music customization system. Riders could select songs from a wide array of genres, ranging from pop to metal to hip-hop, to accompany their personal thrill ride. The selections included favorites like Welcome to the Black Parade by My Chemical Romance and Waterloo by ABBA. A hidden menu even allowed savvy riders to input numeric codes to unlock over 60 secret tracks, making the experience highly personalized and rewritable. Behind the scenes, a bumpy start. Though it opened to much fanfare in 2009, the attraction had a notoriously rocky beginning. Technical issues delayed the initial launch, primarily due to problems with the anti-rollback system on the steep vertical lift. Yeah, you don't want problems with that. You don't want to be at the top of the vertical lift and all of a sudden you start going backwards. And then not on purpose. Once opened, the ride offered thrills along with some complaints about roughness and maintenance. Yes, I never really found it too rough. It's scary though. It was fun scary in my experience of it. And I've been on it several times. Not a ton. I've been on other roller coasters a lot more. This one, just a few. In September 2010, Rip Ride Rocket was temporarily closed again after stress testing found fatigue issues with the train coupling bars. The ride reopened in late October of that year with upgraded trains and refurbishments intended to smooth out the experience and enhance reliability. Despite these early hurdles, it remained a fan favorite and an eye-catching symbol of Universal Studios Florida for well over a decade. The end of the track. The closure of Hollywood Rip Ride Rocket marks a major shift in the landscape of Universal Studios Florida as one of the first major attractions guests see upon entering the park. Its towering red track and iconic loop have become part of the park's identity. When initial rumors of the coaster's closure began circulating in 2023 and 2024, many speculated that Universal was eyeing the valuable real estate the coaster occupies near the front of the park. While Universal has yet to officially confirm what will replace the attraction, filings and early reports indicate that a brand new experience is already in the planning stages. Guests have until August 17th, 2025 to take one final ride on this genre-bending, music-blasting thrill machine. A farewell to a fan favorite. Hollywood Rip Ride Rocket holds a special place in the hearts of longtime Universal fans, not just for its impressive stats and vertical lift hill, but for the way it fused music, tech, and thrills into a one-of-a-kind experience. In an era where theme park attractions are increasingly tied to intellectual properties, Rip Ride Rocket stood out as an original concept that delivered exactly what its name promised, a rockin' ride through Hollywood-style spectacle. Oh, and there is a front row POV from Universal. Whatever comes next for Universal Studios Florida, the departure of this ride will be felt, both by nostalgia seekers and thrill chasers alike. Yeah, it was good while it lasted. It's not as big of a deal as getting rid of something like Rivers of America because while there's some nostalgia to it, it's not like a refuge from the rest of the park. It's the exact opposite. It's a ride that's being replaced by a ride. It's a thrill being replaced by probably a newer and better thrill. Something Fast and Furious, but who knows? They may stick to a non-IP type of ride, or who knows? We don't know what they're doing with Rip Ride Rocket. I'd love to know in the comments, though. Have you ever been on it? Have you been to Universal Studios? Are you going to be sad that it's going away? Are you excited for what's coming next? Let us know in the comments down below. Let us know before you go out the door. And thank you for coming and checking this one out today here on Follow the Bradley's Fun. Yeah, it's interesting. It's a huge ride. I love the way that it winds through New York, but it doesn't have. It would be cool if the new ride that they put in there, the new roller coaster, has some kind of a theme that actually goes along with the New York City skyline. I would love that. Disney is putting in a pile of dirt in a state that gets lots of rain and hurricanes. Where is the logic in that? Let me think. Yeah. Do you really think that the current set of Imagineers has any logic whatsoever? The ride had a good run, yes, and that's what I would say. Like, it's a ride that had a good run, and I think they're going to replace it with something better. Jeremy Heath says, "This is funny. Rip, ride, rocket. Memorable, traumatic experience for sure." Good morning, everyone. Good morning, Tanner Stanley. Good to see you coming in the house. See you coming in the door. And yes, wait, didn't Walt not want kids seeing people drunk? Yeah, so Walt did not want any alcohol in his parks, and I've talked about that extensively on the channel. Exactly my point, Ron. It had zero thematic connection to the location. Yeah, you're not wrong, and it really didn't. Personally, I saw the ride get ripped up during the Sharknado of 2017, so I don't know what they're talking about. I thought it wasn't there anymore because Sharknado took it away. Anybody else see this? Anybody else see Rip Ride Rocket get completely ripped apart during the horrible Sharknado storm of 2017? Thank goodness Ian Ziering came along and saved the day, all the way from his former address at Beverly Hills, 90210. Always thought it looked out of place, like it belongs in Knott's more than Universal. Yeah, it's sort of a Six Flags looking type of thing there. The plan for 2030 is more Asha. Oh my gosh. It would be interesting. Universal hasn't hit Nostalgic America, but that's because it was Walt Disney. Walt is the one who wanted the Nostalgic America in his parks. That is why ripping it up and putting in something else is getting rid of Walt's vision. It's so tragic, I think. Tanner says, I was able to ride Rip Ride Rocket in my youth. One of the first coasters that and the Hulk. It will have a special place in my coaster list, but it was never a must ride for me down at Universal. Yeah, and that's the thing. It's not really a must ride. Like, it's fun. I've ridden it a few times. I've ridden it twice, I think, in the last year. At night, it's a lot of fun at night. Probably one of the best times to ride is at night. But yeah. I would say, yeah, Universal's New York streets and Hollywood streets are nostalgia, just as Hollywood Studios are. Except Hollywood Studios, they've changed it so much, they don't really have that anymore. They don't have the backlot at all, so they don't have the streets of New York, and they don't have the streets of San Francisco that I used to love. And Universal Studios still has the Walk of Fame and everything. And I would actually, since I've actually been to the Walk of Fame in Hollywood and I know what the neighborhood is like now, I would rather go to the fake Walk of Fame in Universal Studios in Florida, where it is safe and there aren't tents set up. Because the one in Hollywood is, no. Hollywood Studios is now Star Wars fan fiction land, not real Star Wars. Thank everybody for being here. I love you guys so much, and I just want to know that regardless of any support, we still celebrate you guys. We love it. What I will say is, whenever you do, don't make a wrong turn and end up in Epcot.
So I think what happened is I went to Epcot. You can go around the whole world, and I had a couple in the Germany section, and I thought I went to China. Anyway, I'm a knucklehead. But I'm sure this guy has...
See what happens? We're inviting more knuckleheads to be in the bars. I think we need to celebrate with. This is just for me, guys. I need a celebration with culture. Oh my goodness gracious me! Yes, indeed, it's a culture bear celebration. We have to celebrate on this channel. How do I do this story? I don't like this story. So this broke yesterday. I'm not sure if it broke during my show yesterday. It's breaking a lot of things. It's heartbreaking, that's for sure. I'm too sexy for my fur, too sexy for my fur, for my claws. Oh my gosh, dance bear dance indeed. So what we're going to talk about next is one of the best decisions that Walt Disney World Imagineering has ever made.
Right.
or maybe not. Yeah. Oh. So I would say that there's an announcement that Disney made yesterday. And while many people were still hoping that they could change the mind of Disney and not destroy the rivers of America, Disney went ahead and made the announcement anyway. And of course, they said, no, we are absolutely going to destroy Rivers of America and put in a fake Cars land based on the movie Planes in Frontierland, which was never a part of the American frontier because cars were invented after that period of time. And the internet basically said,
No, God! No, God, please, no! 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 No!
yeah, it was a pretty much of a collective no. And yes, Iger hates Walt, and it shows. Their destruction of Americana and Walt Disney's original park designs. Absolutely. Frontierland, Adventureland, NOS, Main Street, USA, favorite part of Disneyland, and make MK now gone. Yes, suck, Iger. Yeah. Yeah. Yes, indeed. Yeah, exactly. Never mind hating Walt. Disney does have contempt for their audience. It's really weird when you see a company that has a vast audience of millions and they're like, you know what? We don't like those people. We would like to shrink our audience down to the extreme fringe, small minority of people that are very, very far to a certain direction. And that's who we're going to cater to from now on. Why would you want to do that? Why would you want to shrink your audience down to that? Doesn't make any sense whatsoever. But that's what they're doing. This next story is going to show exactly that. If you look behind me at my beautiful, serene setting, that is the Rivers of America at the Magic Kingdom Park at Walt Disney World Resort in Orlando, Florida. Yes, Tom Sawyer's Island out the window of my office today, my virtual office. And it's gorgeous, and it's wonderful, and it's beautiful, and it's serene, and it's peaceful, and It's going away. And when are they doing it? Well, they're doing it right after July 4th weekend. Yes, if you want to celebrate America's independence and them going into the new frontier, this is the last chance you're going to have to do it with a new frontier at Walt Disney World, because they're getting rid of that frontier and they're exchanging it for what's not a frontier. Yes, the Rivers of America, Tom Sawyer's Island, the Liberty Bell, all scheduled to close. I believe it's July the 7th of 2025. And here is the story out of thatparkplace.com. Let's get it on the screen for you to check out. Breaking: Rivers of America and Magic Kingdom closing at the end of the 4th of July weekend. This is by Mr. Marvin Montanaro out of thatparkplace.com. Please do bookmark it if you haven't even become a VIP member and read extra articles. Very, very cool. There she is, the beautiful Liberty Bell, Tom Sawyer's Island, all the nostalgia of the American frontier from Missouri westward and the westward expansion. It's all going away. So let's read what Marvin has to say. Walt Disney World has officially announced that the Rivers of America at Magic Kingdom, including the Liberty Square Riverboat and Tom Sawyer Island, is closing permanently at the end of July 6th, 2025, immediately following the 4th of July weekend. It gives you a sickness in your heart, doesn't it? For many, the timing feels symbolic as Disney says farewell to a piece of Americana just one day after celebrating America's independence. The decision ends over 5 decades of history along the Rivers of America, which has been a defining part of Frontierland and Liberty Square since the park's early years. While the river itself existed on opening day in 1971, the Liberty Bell Riverboat and Tom Sawyer Island officially launched in May 1973. The riverboat, a steam-powered paddle wheeler, has long offered guests a scenic narrated tour through a romanticized American frontier, complete with show scenes nestled along the water banks. Over the years, the area has also seen the closure of several other attractions. The Davy Crockett Explorer canoes in 1994 and the Mike Fink keelboats in 2001. Notably, the dock for the Mike Fink keelboats in Liberty Square, repurposed in recent years as part of the extended Haunted Mansion queue, will also be demolished in the upcoming construction. This marks a broader transformation of the area that will eliminate nearly all remaining traces of the original Rivers of America experience. Construction walls will not be erected immediately after the closure, but they are expected to go up in the weeks following. A representative from Walt Disney Imagineering confirmed the walls will not obstruct guest pathways or parade viewing areas in the near term. The replacement? A Cars-themed expansion of Frontierland. Rather than recreating the desert vistas of Radiator Springs and Route 66, this new experience will shift the Pixar property to a fictional national park set in the mountains. So they're replacing the idea of real American locations for a fictional location. I think that's an important thing to note. While details remain limited, early plans point to a fully immersive environment with new attractions and themed dining experiences. Wouldn't be surprised if that includes drinking experiences. As for the Liberty Bell herself, her fate is still undecided. According to Disney, conversations are ongoing about what to do with the iconic vessel. Whether she will be relocated, preserved, or dismantled has yet to be revealed. The move follows a broader pattern across Disney parks where classic American and frontier themes have steadily given way to IP-driven expansions. For many longtime guests and Disney history fans, the closure represents more than a logistical shift. It's the quiet removal of a once proud tribute to America's past. With this announcement, Disney closes out Independence Day by quite literally sailing away from its own celebration of American history. And I want to take a closer look at I wanted to see if it's up there. Let me see if I can find it. And by the way, do leave your comments below what your thoughts are on all of this. I'm probably not going to be able to bring it up during this particular segment, but yeah, I would love to know your thoughts on the closures of Rivers of America and the Cars/Planes property being represented in the parks. I don't know. It's very, very strange. Let us know in the comments down below before you go out the door. Wow, this one's a heartbreaking one. I would say this, yeah. Liberty Bell, maybe soon to be Liberty Bar. Probably. I don't know if Disney would ever cross the bar, but yeah. Liberty Bell a bar, but Disney likes to dismantle their past. So it could be turned into scrap. Yeah, could be. Epic Universe is about to have even more crowds. Concept art Blue Sky to final ride, never close, going forward for discount version with many issues. Jeez. Yeah, it's sad. Izzo's Place says, good morning. My sleep schedule's off. Glad I caught you today. Yeah, we're kind of at the tail end, Izzo, but thanks for coming in. We appreciate it. Lost my dad in 2018. One of the best memories I have is of him on the Mississippi Steamboat with me. You know, it's hard for me, a guy who grew up in St. Louis. They're literally destroying part of my home. That's okay. Silver Dollar City is still open. You can go see that nostalgia there. Of course, Six Flags in St. Louis. You can go there. First generation makes it Walt and Roy. Disney second generation expands and enjoys it. Michael Eisner and Frank Wells. Third generation ruins it all. Iger and company. It's really weird. I like the art design of the Denny's placemat map, but the execution was terrible. Dollywood's open. Yes, it is. And Walt is from Missouri. That's why Walt wanted this in there. He's from Missouri. He put that in there himself. Well, he was born in Chicago, raised in Missouri, Marceline. I don't know. It's just a hard thing for me to discuss. But anyway, I want to thank everybody for coming in today. Before we send you over to them, let's do one little celebration of Culture Casino. Who doesn't love Culture Casino doing a little bit of a... Wait a second. Stop the press. Thick and veil. I've been watching Chuck too much lately. Go and Shogi gives 5 memberships to follow the Bradley's Fun. Coming in hot, stuttering guitarist. You got one. You got a membership to the channel. Very good. Aldo's Journal, Carter C, Maritz's Yarn and Craft, and Weird Darkness with Darren Marler. Congratulations all. And there is a way to set for those gifts. I'm not sure how to do it, but there is a way to do it. Let's get that on. Let me make sure we have that. And I think that calls for, let's just have fun with it and do the big celebration, shall we?
Too much? Too much? It's a perfect! Wahoo! Oh, that's too much. Give me a break. I couldn't be more excited.
Well, I still have the gateway to the West, the St. Louis Arch, in my custom emojis because that is where I am from. Thank you guys so much for coming in today. Thank you, Go and Shogi, for that additional support, and congratulations to everybody who got new memberships. We're going to start doing member streams, I want to say probably this month on the weekends, members only. If you ever need, oh my gosh, yes, boy. Indeed, there's so much dance footage out there. There's so many different fun things to do on that, and there are some new things that I'll be creating, especially as we get to our year mark. I'm actually, crazy. How much will they mute to their 4th of July celebrations this year? I don't know, but here's the thing: the parks have been empty the last 2 4th of Julys during the day. I don't know about at night, but you know, we'll have to wait and see. But again, I'm going to send you guys over to Culture Casino right now, and he'll be waiting for you. Thank you so much for coming in today, and continue to check out Follow the Bradley's Fun for Fedora Finds videos. Hopefully, let's start. The hope and prayer is that today I start getting them out every day at 5:45 p.m. But if you look on the main channel page right now, I have the pop culture and parks news commentary section at the very top on the channel, and then the family vlog section right out under that. And I just put all the family vlogs together. There's also separate specific Disney vlogs and Orlando vlogs and all of that, but they're all up on the channel. Thank you, Avarice Carmageddon. We appreciate every single one of you. Appreciate you going, Shogi. Thank you so much for being here today. And I'm going to have to make a new outro now. So this will be the old one. Thank you guys so much. And until next time, we will see you real soon. Bye, everybody. Ciao.